There's a strange pattern in life. The people who lie often get believed. The people who demand respect often receive it. The people who put themselves first often get ahead. Meanwhile, some of the kindest people spend years feeling overlooked, exhausted, and unappreciated. Why? If kindness is such a valuable trait, why does the world sometimes seem to reward the opposite? Perhaps the answer lies in a truth that most people never consider. Being kind and being nice are not always the same thing. True kindness comes from strength. Being too nice often comes from fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of disappointing people, fear of being disliked. And when fear disguises itself as kindness, the consequences can quietly shape an entire life. Many people who describe themselves as nice are constantly making small sacrifices. They agree when they want to disagree. They say yes when they want to say no. They remain silent when they feel disrespected. They avoid difficult conversations, not because they are generous, but because they are uncomfortable with the possibility of upsetting someone. Over time, this creates a dangerous habit, the habit of putting everyone else's needs before your own. At first, people appreciate it. You become reliable, helpful, easy to work with, easy to ask favors from, easy to depend on. But something interesting happens. The more available you become, the less people notice your effort. What was once appreciated becomes expected. What was once generosity becomes obligation. And eventually, people stop seeing your sacrifices altogether. Human beings adapt quickly. If you carry everyone's burdens long enough, people begin assuming that's simply your role. Not because they are evil, not because they are selfish, because they become accustomed to receiving. And the more you give without limits, the more normal it becomes. This is why some of the nicest people secretly carry enormous resentment, not because they hate helping others, but because they spent years believing that kindness would automatically be returned, only to discover that life doesn't always work that way. Many people appreciate kindness. Far fewer people reciprocate it. Perhaps the most painful part is that people who are too nice often attract the wrong kinds of relationships. Manipulative people seek easy targets. Self-centered people seek accommodating people. Users seek givers. And individuals with weak boundaries often become magnets for those who benefit from crossing them. The irony is that the nicest people often struggle the most with boundaries. They worry that saying no makes them selfish. They worry that standing up for themselves makes them rude. They worry that protecting their time makes them uncaring. So they continue saying yes, even when every part of them wants to say no. But every yes carries a cost. Every unnecessary sacrifice costs energy. Every ignored boundary costs self-respect. Every act of people-pleasing costs authenticity. And eventually, the bill arrives. Not financially, emotionally. Many people wake up one day feeling exhausted. Not because they worked too hard, but because they spent years trying to become the person everyone wanted them to be. They became so focused on earning approval that they forgot to ask a simple question: what do I actually want? This is where being too nice becomes dangerous, because slowly, almost invisibly, you begin losing yourself. Your schedule belongs to other people. Your decisions revolve around other people. Your happiness depends on other people's approval. And your identity becomes built around being useful rather than being authentic. The world often teaches people that kindness means endless sacrifice. But healthy kindness looks very different. Healthy kindness includes boundaries. Healthy kindness includes self-respect. Healthy kindness includes the ability to say no. Because kindness without boundaries eventually becomes self-destruction. Think about the people you respect most. Many of them are kind, but they are not endlessly accommodating. They know their limits. They protect their time. They communicate honestly. And when necessary, they disappoint people, not because they are cruel, because they understand something important. You cannot make everyone happy without making yourself miserable. Perhaps one of the greatest lessons of adulthood is realizing that not everyone deserves unlimited access to your energy. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your sacrifices. And protecting yourself does not make you selfish. It makes you responsible. The truth is that people respect boundaries far more than they respect endless accommodation. People value what has limits. People value what can be lost. And when you never establish limits, others often fail to recognize your value. So perhaps the goal is not becoming less kind. Perhaps the goal is becoming strong enough to be kind without abandoning yourself, to help others without rescuing everyone, to care without carrying the weight of the world, to give without giving away your entire life. Because in the end, the price of being too nice is rarely paid in a single moment. It is paid gradually, through lost opportunities, lost confidence, lost time, and sometimes a lost sense of self. And perhaps the greatest act of kindness is not always helping others. Sometimes it is finally deciding to help yourself.